3 years ago, my fingers started to feel weak. I went to some small clinics. They only gave me some pain-killing medicine for muscle relaxation. None of them improved the condition. In the beginning, things were inconvenient in daily life. It was difficult to reach for things. It just felt uncomfortable. Pain in the shoulder and joints. It wasn't possible to reach for high objects. I felt weak. Also, trying to exert power was difficult.
Just like this, when brushing his teeth, watch for bits of food between the teeth. Sometimes the toothbrush hits the teeth. When that happens, he will feel uncomfortable. So when you brush, you have to adjust the angle like this. You have to straighten the fingers. The wrist needs to be pushed outwards as far as possible. Push the fingers apart. He will be more comfortable, won't be that stiff. Put his head against the pillow so his neck won't be so sore. Head on the table. With this rehab exercise, you will have to assist him because he can raise his arms. He will be doing the arm exercise, the one using the rails, the one he can do by himself. Each evening, I spend about an hour with his rehab exercise, lifting his arms and then back massage, and then strengthening the fingers because 2 of the fingers are bent, so I help bend and straighten them.
ALS is about the loss of muscle strength. Most patients will experience a gradual decline in their strength. In some cases, it starts in the hands. Some start in the ability to swallow. Some start in the feet. But statistically speaking, most cases start with the hands.
ALS patients, in addition to taking prescribed medication, need to pay attention to muscle degeneration. They must perform rehab exercises daily in their arms, feet, and joints to maintain muscle strength and to delay muscle degeneration. Abundant nutrition is vital to fighting degeneration. Thus, problems with swallowing must be taken care of early on. Hold on.
Chinese New Year of 2015. I was on holiday and had a little cold. I started coughing, but the coughs felt weak.
Okay. Zheng Longguang has always been healthy. When he felt a weakness in the neck, he thought it was a spine problem. After a checkup at Taipei's Veterans General Hospital, he was diagnosed with ALS originating from the spine. The disease spread rapidly. At first, he could still walk. With some difficulty, he had to be helped. At that time, I thought it was okay. At least he could still walk. But as it worsened, it became increasingly difficult to walk. Staff at the association assessed his situation. They felt the wheelchair may be more suitable, so they lent us a high-back wheelchair. My husband's neck was already weak, very tiring. The neck felt very tired. Without the high-back chair, he would feel discomfort. Caring for an ALS patient is a long-term task. It is physically and mentally demanding, but luckily, with the appropriate assistive equipment, we can alleviate the stress.
Every day, I need to be repositioned maybe 5 or 6 times. In other words, to lift me 5 or 6 times a day, it's quite physically demanding. It's not a viable plan for the long term. Let's assume if she gets injured, then she wouldn't be able to look after me, and I would feel guilty for causing the injury. Mr. Huang started using the lift sling because his caregiver found it difficult to handle his weight. When choosing assistive equipment, follow these 3 principles: safety, labor saving, and avoiding caregivers' injury. In terms of safety, we prevent patients from slipping while moving them. And labor saving means lessening patients' fatigue while moving, which will decrease the caregiver's burden.
ALS causes slow muscle degeneration. Patients need to adapt to its various stages and learn to use assistive equipment. Their family need to learn as well. Our association understands patients' concern and provides home visits and caregiving consultations from the therapists. Some patients don't want to trouble their family or want to prove their independence and go on walks alone or use the toilet on their own late at night. Some of the patients experience sudden weakness in their feet or legs and end up falling. Patients should evaluate their capability and make proper adjustments. When families see loved ones suffering from ALS, they would naturally feel sad. Hopefully, patients can be strong and independent. This way, we can slow down the disease. However, families' concern for patients can be a source for psychological burden. We have to remember it is all because of their love for you.
Every part of our body's movement is a result of muscle and nerves. For example, our tongue and throat muscles control swallowing. Our intercostal muscle, our shoulder, and diaphragm controls breathing. So when ALS spread to these body parts, we will have difficulty with these functions.
Have some more sweet potato porridge. In regards to energy, he's not as energetic as before. I'm more careful with his food intake, so for breakfast, I try to make it more sumptuous. Sometimes he wants fruit, but sometimes he has trouble swallowing. And also, he is picky. He doesn't eat greasy foods. Recently, we have fruit during breakfast. At first, I'd give him fruit after the main meal. Now, every morning, I ate 4 or 5 fruits, all sliced up onto a plate. In Fan Zhang's case, when Fan Zhang started showing signs of chewing difficulty, during food preparation, his wife can choose foods that are soft, or she can chop them into small bits or make them easier to chew. Also, as ALS progresses, it will cause shrinking of the tongue muscles. The swallowing function will become difficult at this point. When his wife prepares food, she would need to choose food that are soft and slippery. And when Fan Zhang swallows, he should use the side that has better performance for self-swallowing. This way, he can prevent choking. If we have frequent choking, it may cause pneumonia. Patients will feel difficulty in breathing or wake up in the middle of the night from the lack of oxygen. Patients need to be more mindful of their condition and report them. Let your family know the state of your health so they can make proper medical arrangements. January of 2014, I started having trouble putting on my dentures. I could not speak properly. At first I didn't mind, but I lost 6 kilos. Then my face started jittering, so I went to CMU's neurology department, and I was diagnosed with ALS. I had trouble with speaking and swallowing. The gastrostomy tube was installed in September of 2015. Because it is liquid food, I have 6 or 7 meals per day. It is easy to take care of. We went to Canada around that time. One day when I woke up, she told me the mixer was broken. My mom was very worried, so I told her we can take care of the problem. So I asked our tour guide. He told me he had some baby food. So we brought back 30 bottles of baby food and solved the problem.
Let me bring this out.
Aren't you guys going on vacation in September? Have you found a tour group? Once throat muscles degenerate, not only will food intake be difficult, saliva can be swallowed. Like in the case of Miss Holt, she has difficulty swallowing. Her problem with swallowing saliva wasn't that serious in the beginning, so we could just wipe it away. But when it became too much and she couldn't swallow, we would use cotton sticks or napkins rolled into the shape of a cigar, placed in her mouth to absorb saliva. Of course, if there's simply too much saliva and becomes a deadly annoyance, we suggest you visit a neurologist and get medication to decrease saliva, or you can let doctors inject Botox as treatment. Life may become inconvenient, but having a positive attitude and accepting the reality of the situation can bring you unexpected results. When using a respirator, don't obstruct these tubes.
The breathing became difficult. After a month of being diagnosed, I had to rely on a respirator. After about 6 months, I had to rely on it 24 hours a day. So my degeneration was rapid. If I don't wear it now, I'd be unable to breathe. Without it, for just 3 minutes, my life would probably be over.
Yes, compared to not wearing a respirator, the discomfort it brings isn't much of an issue. We've been wearing it for so long, we should know how to adjust. For example, I know how to adjust to optimal position. When the lung function is bad, we suggest using them early on. It can make breathing much easier. In addition, the degeneration of respiratory muscles can be slowed down. In regards to the overall disease, it can make a little difference. Our association can provide professionals to your residents, and they can explain to family and patients, answer questions regarding the respirator, listen their concerns, and build confidence in their caregiving. I think the physical toll in caregiving is not a problem. The problem may be emotional, like when he needs a scratch.
My head itches. Can you scratch it?
Okay, Lina. Okay, thank you. My husband's head itches. And because he needs it scratched often, and I may not know the exact position, And when his ALS condition worsens, he may be in a bad mood. Here?
More on the right. Right, okay.
Of course, we will try to comfort him, to encourage him, but it may not work. The only thing we can do is stay by him, and he may vent out frustration, say some nasty things or some hurtful things. We have to accept it, to tolerate it, learn how to adapt.
The first 2 years, my wife took care of me. It was hard on her physically because she had no help from others. After 2 years, it took on a mental and physical toll. So she brought up the idea of hiring a caregiver to share some of the work.
It was a good decision for us, a very good one. He got better care, and I feel, like I said, the caregiver has a cheerful personality. She can cheer up my husband every day. This is what I do daily. She watches me as I do it, so she can learn. And then I let her do it on her own as I watch.
Are there any difficulties you face?
Not really. Nothing real difficult. Some things are more troublesome, like itches. Overall, everything is okay. Besides physical care, good communication is essential between the caregiver and patient. My mom may need her food around 4 p.m. and my dad would have to make preparations around 3:30 p.m. My mom would say Daddy gets too nervous when feeding her. She could handle her meal herself. I would tell her, you should be glad someone is helping you. Everybody is different in their way of self-expression. Sometimes maybe Dad talks a little louder or speaks too bluntly. But I think you can let him know how you feel. Like if he speaks too loudly and frightens my mom, I'd tell her to use her messaging app and tell him how she feels. Try to communicate and don't try to reject other people's good intentions.
I don't have complaints. This is my responsibility, right? What is there to complain about? She's my closest companion, my partner, my wife. What is there to complain about, right? Change? Nothing needs to change. Life goes on.
I feel the great thing about Dad is he can find a way to battle ALS. Mom has always been optimistic, so I think Mom is great too. As for me, I've learned how to handle my emotions better, how to communicate with multiple people. That's what I've learned.
Bring this.
Take it, I will take it. Let's go. Our new patients, all of our patients, as long as transportation allows, we will go and visit them to share our experience, to show that we care, because I feel our patients need encouragement.
So, do you know Chen and his wife?
We've only met once in their home. But whenever she needs something, she would give me a call. We stay in touch via telephone. I keep up with them.
This is Chen's home. Coming.
Excuse us. We? Coming. Careful. I didn't expect you so early. Pardon, my husband is awake. Let me get him dressed.
The day I got diagnosed with ALS, the doctor told us that I didn't have much time left, that I should make funeral arrangements. My wife was beside me at the time and she was crying. It came as a total surprise. It was very shocking. We went to the association the next day. From then on, we stayed in frequent contact. The association gave us a lot of information. They are very nice people. So we stay in touch with them all the time. If they need anything from us, we will help out.
Hello, Mr. Zheng. Sorry for the trouble. Hello, everybody. Sorry for the delay.
ALS is not reversible. You have to learn to live with it. Every stage of degeneration, there will be some changes in your life. The caregiver would also need to adjust to your personal habits, as well as some of your daily activities. He or she needs to get familiarized and make adjustments. It may take some time and may require training to develop a good working chemistry. If there are developments with the disease, maybe they will have needs and have concerns. They would want other longtime patients like us to give them some information. I consider myself lucky. I've lived with ALS for 11 years now. I try my best. I can still travel all over the place. I wish to be involved in more activities.
Dear patients, ALS is now a reality in your life. Sadness won't solve anything. You need to embrace ALS and enjoy your days. Learn to adapt. It may be difficult, but life goes on. While you are still mobile, spend more time outside with people and be optimistic. Don't give up. Dear friends, thank you for all the hard work. Because ALS is a slow, degenerative disease. Living with it is like running a long marathon. This process needs the runner and the support team working together to complete this race. In life, when you face various challenges, be like small grass. When the grass gets blocked by a rock, it will still find a way around it. As you work hard to find a way out, your life may blossom like a flower. After being diagnosed with ALS, you have to imagine yourself at the start of a long marathon. The marathon of life. There are many people supporting you. You are not alone. You can learn a lot during the process and may even find more joy and discover a beautiful life. I wish your lives will all blossom beautifully.